Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanamma. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Government fails to convene meeting of the Constitutional Council despite the lapse of 8 months. 11 positions vacant in several commissions. Fulfilling the demands of community school teachers to cost the government a budget of over 8 billion rupees, foreign aid reduction adds significant challenge for management. Russian President Vladimir Putin proposes restarting direct talks with Ukraine, expressing desire to establish a lasting peace. Kyiv yet to comment on the proposal. And Yannick Sinner makes a successful return to the court, defeating Argentina's Mariano Navone in the second round of Italian Open. The match marks Sinner's comeback after serving 3 months doping ban. 11 positions in various constitutional bodies that oversee government activities remain vacant at present. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, meanwhile, has yet to convene a council meeting, reportedly due to an unfavorable composition within the council. Vacant positions include chairpersons and members of several key commissions such as the Election Commission, the National Natural Resources and Fiscal Commission, the Women's Commission, the Inclusive Commission, Madhesi Commission and the Muslim Commissions.
नियुक्तिका सन्दर्भमा राज्य सञ्चालनका अधिकारीहरू नियुक्ति गर्ने सन्दर्भमा यो भन्दा ठुलो अर्को छैन। संवैधानिक परिषद नै सर्वोच्च अङ्ग भने पनि हुन्छ। तर यो जति महत्त्वपूर्ण छ, जति चाहिँ यो चाहिँ भनौं निरन्तर बसिरहनु पर्छ, यसलाई चाहिँ एउटा दाउपेचको विषय जस्तो हैन, आफ्नो अनुकूल बनाउन खोज्दाखेरि यो चाहिँ बैठकै बसिरहेको छैन।
The 6-member Constitutional Council, chaired by the Prime Minister, includes the Chief Justice, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Chairperson of the National Assembly, Deputy Speaker of the Lower House, and the leader of the main opposition party as members. However, the Prime Minister reportedly believes that having the Chairperson of the National Assembly, the Deputy Speaker, and the leader of the main opposition party makes it difficult to make recommendations. Constitutional law experts state that this situation is creating an environment that undermines the Constitution, the law and good governance.
कार्यपालिकाको प्रमुख रूपमा प्रधानमन्त्री संसदको एउटा लिडरको रूपमा सभामुखलाई राख्नुको पछाडीको संवैधानिक दर्शन भनेको त्यो निकायको त्यहाँ प्रतिनिधित्व होस् भनेर भने हो। तर उनीहरूले नै जे मन लाग्यो त्यो गर्ने, उनीहरूकै हालिमुली चल्ने, अनि उनीहरूले चाहे भने परिषदको बैठक बस्ने, नभए नबस्ने, उनले जुन व्यक्ति भने त्यो व्यक्तिलाई निर्णय गर्नुपर्ने, नभए नगर्नुपर्ने, यो कदापि संवैधानिक परिषदको अवधारणा थिएन र होइन। तर दुर्भाग्य नेपालका नेताहरूले नै भन्नुपर्छ, किनभने यसको चेयर, यसको लिडरशिप प्रधानमन्त्रीसँग हुने भए हुनाले प्रधानमन्त्रीले निष्पक्षता मेन्टेन नगरेका कारणले गर्दाखेरि मलाई लाग्छ यो समस्याहरू भएको छ र यसले दूरगामी यसले प्रभाव पार्छ र त्यो प्रभाव भनेको त संविधानले परिकल्पना गरेको जुन टोटल सिस्टम हो, त्यो सिस्टमको एउटा हार्ट कोर मानिन्छ त्यो संवैधानिक निकायहरूलाई। अब त्यो नै यसमा प्रभावित हुने भएपछि त अब यसको अरु सबै चीजहरु चाहिँ यसको अन्तर्सम्बन्धहरु हुन्छ।
Constitutional commissions are formed with the responsibility of ensuring state accountability and working in favor of the marginalized communities. However, these commissions have not been fully staffed for a long time. The Constitutional Council, which recommends appointments, has also been weakened. Experts believe that this situation arises from a lack of responsibility among those in leadership positions.
संवैधानिक परिषदमा बहुमत पुग्छ पुग्दैन भन्ने कुराहरू त पूर्व तयारी र त्यहाँ भित्रको बैठकको संवादले त्यसलाई निष्कर्षमा निकाल्ने हो। र तेस्रो कुरा यो अवसर पनि हो कि ती आयोगहरुमा योग्य र क्षमतावान व्यक्तिलाई पठाउनको लागि ती व्यक्तिहरुको बारेमा छलफल गर्ने ठाउँ पनि हो। यति ठूलो अवसरहरु पनि रहेको छ। त्यही परिकल्पना बोकेर संविधानले संवैधानिक परिषदको परिकल्पना संरचनाको परिकल्पना गरेको छ। तर पनि हामी के देखिराखेका छौं, जति पनि हामी कुराहरू गर्यौं नि त्यसको कार्यान्वयन र पहलकदमी वा पूर्व तयारीको लागि चाहिँ कहिले पनि त्यो संवादहरू अगाडि बढेको हामी पाएका छैनौं।
The rationale behind including responsible individuals in the council and giving it a significant role is to ensure that bodies capable of overseeing the state can operate independently. However, due to the executive's prolonged influence, the constitutional provisions for appointments have been flouted. Now, the government, which is preparing the budget for the new fiscal year, is facing an additional financial burden of over 8 billion rupees. After a month-long protest, the demands of community school teachers and staff were addressed, resulting in this increased expenditure. The additional financial burden arose from fulfilling 9-point demands raised by the teachers and staff, including professional rights and career development. This comes at a time when foreign aid is being reduced, making budget management an even greater challenge for the government.
There are nearly 90,000 permanent teachers in community schools. After reaching an agreement between the government and the teachers, it has been decided that the salary grade of teachers at the primary, lower secondary and secondary levels will now be aligned with that of civil servants. This will add an additional annual expenditure of 1 billion rupees. Likewise, there are 30,000 facilitators in child development centers. The federal government previously provided them with 10,000 rupees, but now they will receive 17,300 rupees, increasing the annual expenditure to 2.84 billion rupees. 8,000 accountants who were previously paid 13,500 rupees will now receive 17,500 rupees, resulting in an additional financial burden of 45 million rupees. For 22,000 office assistants, an additional 2.65 billion rupees will be required. As per the agreement with teachers, the government will need to allocate more than 8 billion rupees annually for school-level teachers and staff starting from the Nepalese month of Shravan.
अझै पनि हामी अनुमान गर्दैछौँ त्यसमा चाहिँ एस्टिमेट पनि गर्नुपर्छ त्यसको करेक्ट चाहिँ लागत कति हो त्यो कुरा पहिचान पनि गर्नुपर्छ तर जे नै भए पनि अब अहिले सरकारसँग एउटै मात्रै के बाँकी छ बाटो भन्दाखेरि ती जो निर्णय गरियो त्यो निर्णय कार्यान्वयन गर्ने नै बाटो हो त्यसकारणले अब अहिले चाहिँ आम शिक्षक तथा कर्मचारी साथीहरूले जानकारी लिनुपर्ने विषय भनेको यो निर्णय कार्यान्वयन हुने क्रममा अगाडि बढिसक्यो र कार्यान्वयन हुन्छ र आगामी आर्थिक वर्षबाट मूलतः उहाँहरूले पाउनुपर्ने चीजहरू पाउँदै जानुहुन्छ.
In addition to the salaries of permanent teachers and staff, the government will also need to make provisions for the healthcare and remote area allowances of temporary teachers. Managing healthcare and allowances for 260,000 teachers and staff, including 17 types of allowances, will be a challenge for the government. Teachers claim that with the increase in service facilities, there will be improvements in community education and a rise in the learning achievements of children. However, education experts point out that the added responsibilities on teachers will further strain their capacity.
अहिलेसम्म हामीले त्यो दिन सकेका थिएनौं त्यसकारण शिक्षकहरूले चाहिँ भनौं न राम्ररी अध्यापन नगरेर गर्न नसकेर चाहिँ त्यो हाम्रो जुन परीक्षाको जुन नतिजा नराम्रो आएको पनि हुन सक्छ. अब यसले चाहिँ के भने यो जुन हाम्रो स्तरलाई पनि राम्रो गर्ने नतिजालाई पनि राम्रो गर्नुपर्ने चाहिँ हो सैद्धान्तिक हिसाबले.
बच्चाबच्चीहरूलाई चाहिँ राम्रो शिक्षा दिने हो गुणस्तरीय शिक्षा दिने हो भन्ने तरिकाले शिक्षक साथीहरू लागिराख्नु भएको छ अब पनि लाग्नुहुन्छ र हाम्रो चाहिँ मुख्य लक्ष्य भनेको के हो भने शैक्षिक गुणस्तर नै अब चाहिँ गुणस्तर वृद्धि गर्ने हो. त्यसमा सबै साथीहरूलाई चाहिँ अब चाहिँ लाग्नको लागि चाहिँ हामी पनि उहाँहरूलाई आह्वान गर्छौं लागिराख्नु भएको छ.
The government, however, has failed to meet its revenue targets. Foreign aid is on the decline, and with the country's overall economic situation weakening, managing the increased financial burden for teachers and staff has become a significant challenge for the government.
Some 2 years ago, it was revealed that gold was being smuggled in electronic cigarettes or vapes imported from the United Arab Emirates. That raised curiosity regarding the users there are in Kathmandu. The incident also uncovered the existence of an organized network for vape smuggling in the country. Revenue Investigation Department is currently continuing its investigation, having seized more than 100,000 vapes in their warehouse.
In large cities like Kathmandu, the use of vapes or electronic cigarettes has been increasing among the youth over the past few years. And now the Department of Revenue Investigation is facing confusion over the issue. In the Nepalese month of Magh, the department seized 86,000 vapes from a single warehouse in Lalitpur. The question of whether these vapes were illegally brought into Nepal from a single warehouse has put pressure on the department. According to officers involved in the investigation, these vapes from China were not only brought to Kathmandu for local consumption. The operator of the warehouse was also made to pay a deposit of 200 million Nepali rupees. The investigation is still ongoing. The department suspects that those who can afford such a large deposit might be involved in smuggling vapes from Nepal to India. It has also been revealed that Mustang is being used as a route for importing vapes from China. About a month ago, 19,000 vapes were seized from a vehicle coming through the Mustang border. 4 separate investigations into vape smuggling are ongoing, with more than 117,000 vapes of various values in the department's possession.
पत्लै कार्यालयमा चाहिँ एउटा 4000 पिसको व्यवहारिसी अवस्थामा देखिएको भेप छ। अर्को चाहिँ तपाईको सरलाईमा चाहिँ एउटा सशस्त्रको इन्स्पेक्टर पनि मरेको थियो त्यो बसले खिच्दाखेरि। त्यसमा भेप भेटिएको थियो 1500 पिस थियो। भने त्यहाँ 5500 पिस चाहिँ त्यहाँ अनुसन्धानको क्रममा रहेको छ। अनि बुटोल कार्यालयमा 2600 पिसको चाहिँ 1 करोड 24 लाख बिगो कायम गरेर एउटा मुद्दै दायर गरिसक्नु उहाँहरूले र अर्को एउटा 4000 पिसको अनुसन्धानको क्रममा हुनुहुन्छ। केही नाकाहरूमा मैले बुझे अनुसारले भेप आएर त्यहाँ चाहिँ गोदाममा बसेको अवस्था पनि देखिन्छ र त्यसलाई हामी अलिकति छलफलकै क्रममा पनि छौं। भन्सार विभाग वाणिज्य मन्त्रालयसँग समन्वय गरेर हैन अब यदि यसलाई चाहिँ अब जाँचपास गर्न मिल्ने हो भन्सारले अब लिलाम गर्ने हो भने राज्यलाई अलि ठुलै राजस्व आउने भेप मसँग वास्तवमा गोदाममा छ।
Although vapes are referred to as electronic cigarettes, the Ministry of Health has imposed a ban on their use in Nepal. Strict measures have also been implemented on imports, and customs officers have not cleared these shipments. However, at the same time, it appears that gangs involved in smuggling vapes from China to India have become active, since vapes which have serious health impacts are being excessively used by Nepali youths. Officials argue that a law needs to be made to control their usage.
खास गरी अब चाइनैबाट आउने हो भेप हैन अब विभिन्न चाहिँ तस्करीको माध्यम पुरा गरेर अब कहिलेकाहीँ अब चाहिँ मालवस्तु पास गर्ने र त्यस्तै कन्टेनर मिसाएर पनि लिएर आउने थोरै क्वान्टिटीमा अब भन्सार बिन्दु भन्दा दायाँ बायाँबाट पनि लिएर आउने त्यस्ता किसिमका कुराहरू पनि देखिया छन् हैन अनि कोही ड्राइभरहरूले चाहिँ अब आफ्नै सिटमा हालेर ल्याएको केस पनि हामीले केही समय चाहिँ अगाडि त्यो पनि देखियो तपाईको चाहिँ तातोपानीबाट आएका दुईटा गाडीमा त्यसरी त्यो पनि हामीले एउटा मुद्दा दायर गर्यौं एउटा चाहिँ बाँकी छ भनेपछि अलिकति एउटा संगठित हिसाबले नै अब भेपको कारोबार भएको हो कि देखिन्छ अलिकति यो ठूलो संख्या देखिँदाखेरि चाहिँ
There is no specific data on how many people are using vapes in Nepal. Not much information exists about how much they are being consumed or the quality of vapes available in the market. However, since large-scale gold smuggling was done using vapes 2 years ago, many questions have been raised. This suggests that a detailed investigation is needed not only into the individuals bringing in vapes, but also into the illegal market for vapes in the country.
It is time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, what's your take on Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's remark that forest expansion is unnecessary in Nepal? Your options are A, needs thorough study, B, forest expansion is beneficial, and C, use forests effectively. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. A fire caused by electric short circuit destroyed a house and injured a person in Ramechhap last night. According to Ward Chair Santosh Podil of Likhu Tamakosi to Saipu, the fire broke out at the home of local Chandra Bahadur Podil. While trying to extinguish the fire, Podil was injured. He was rescued unconscious after also being stung by bees he kept at home while trying to put out the fire. He is currently receiving treatment at Manthali Hospital. Locals say this is the second time a fire has broken out at the house due to an electrical short circuit. Moving on, the Narangad Muglin Road section remains blocked after a coal-laden truck overturned at 7 this morning in Tuinkhola of Ichakamana Rural Municipality, Muglin. The truck en route from Birganj to Kathmandu went out of control and overturned, blocking traffic in both directions. It has been reported that efforts are currently underway to remove the truck using a JCB excavator. Meanwhile, another truck returning after loading sand from the Indravati River in Mandan Deupur Kavri met with an accident. The driver of the tipper, Lavakush Adhikari from Nuwakot, died in the incident. The tipper went out of control and fell approximately 100 meters down from the road. In our Public Voice segment, we've asked in several provinces what is their view on the ongoing confusion between Congress and CPN-UML regarding governor's appointment. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
मेरो मान्छे राख भनेर चाहिँ नेवारले चाहिँ प्रेस गरिरहा होला अर्काले मेरो चाहिन्छ यो मान्छे राख्नुपर्छ भनेर प्रेस गरिरहा होला त्यही आधारमा चाहिँ कुरो नमिल्या हो
निर्विवाद रूपमा चाहिँ तपाईको के रे गभर्नर नियुक्ति गर्नुपर्छ पार्टीको ट्याग लगाएर होइन राम्रो मान्छे स्वच्छ मान्छे
दुई दल चाहिँ गभर्नर नियुक्तिमै यसरी पछाडी पर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब एक हिसाबको जनतामा जुन आशा थियो त्यो चाहिँ निराश बनिरहेको छ
राजनीतिक दलहरुको असफलता
एकजनाबाट भएको हुनाले कांग्रेसबाट राख्ने कि एमालेबाट राख्ने भन्नेमा अब यो लुछाटानी छ
भागबण्डा मिलाछौं कोठामा बसेर मिलाछौं भन्ने कुरा हो र यो त के ओपन फोरमबाट छान्नु पर्यो कि कम्पिटिसनबाट ल्याउनु पर्यो कि जे गरे भने कसलाई बनाउने भन्ने त पहिले निर्णय हुनु पर्यो नि
कुनै राजनीति नगरिकन जो सक्षम व्यक्ति छ उलाई चाहिँ गभर्नर नियुक्ति गर्नुपर्ने हो त्यो चाहिँ हुन नसक्नु देशको लागि दुर्भाग्य हो
जुन राजनीतिक भागबण्डाको रूपमा हेरिएको छ यो चाहिँ राम्रो हो
राइट मैन राइट प्लेस भनेर डिसिजन हुनु पर्थ्यो तर त्यो चाहिँ हुन नसकिरहेको अवस्था छ यो राष्ट्रको लागि एकदम दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण हो
गभर्नर बनाइसकेको नियुक्ति गरिसकेपछि उले कति बुझाउने सरकारलाई त्यही कुरामा मिल्यो
क्षमतावान र निष्ठावान व्यक्तिहरूलाई चाहिँ गभर्नरमा नियुक्ति गरिनुपर्छ
सक्षम व्यक्ति खोजी गर्नको लागि चाहिँ यो प्रक्रिया चाहिँ अगाडि अलिअलि विलम्ब भएको
घर भित्रै झगडा गरेर बाहिर चाहिँ यसो मिले जसो देखाएर मात्रै हुँदैन
आफ्नो भागमा आफ्नो शुभेच्छुकलाई कसरी पुर्याउन सकिन्छ भन्ने मानसिकता देखिया हुनाले
That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.